Can we go to the topic, man? Let's go to the topic.
All right, the topic at hand today, a really good one here, Kerry, to have you here because, of course, you play the NFL. And so there was a conversation where we had some NFL execs and coaches and also some scouts as well, and they do this annually. And they rank the top players, but they kind of go position by position. So we start, of course, with quarterbacks. And they more than 70 anonymous, like we mentioned, coaches and execs and scouts all get into this, and they get down to the top 10. So the last few years, the number one has been Patrick Mahomes. Sure. But will there be changes this year? Drum roll. Nope, ain't no changes. Patrick Mahomes is number one again. However, there's a little bit of controversy. His lead, the gap has lessened. The gap is slimmer, because you got guys keep creeping up on him. So it goes like this. Number one, Mahomes. Number two, Josh Allen. You have Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Number five is where it gets interesting to me, Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
And then so on. We'll go down the long list a little bit later on. But I want to start with this. Patrick Mahomes, part of the reason, if you read the article, some exec says, which is kind of how I felt, and I had to argue with Rob all last year.
Yeah.
His numbers weren't great. If I just told you a guy had 28 and 11, you'd be like, I mean, that's solid, but if I told you it's Patrick Mahomes, you'd be like, oh, I wanted a little bit better.
Right.
On your hat right now, you have a GOAT.
Yes.
And he was a legit person competing to be the GOAT. Those aren't GOAT-like numbers.
Right.
So this is my thing that I pointed out that some of these anonymous scouts and GMs and all that have pointed out as well. His offensive line was bad. Okay. He was running around for his life. Also, his wide receivers, as we know, were decimated with injuries. So he was making the best out of what he had. Sometimes mama ain't have everything, but she going to make the best of what she had, and we going to eat, and we going to eat good. And in this case, that's him winning to the tune of 15-2. So that was one of the things pointed out. But also, they said other guys are getting better. Some said Joe Burrow's been playing the best football the last couple of seasons. Some guys said Lamar Jackson, so on and so forth down the line.
Sure.
So my thing with this is, when it comes to Patrick Mahomes, it's really difficult to kind of explain because me and Rob G were discussing this. Patrick Mahomes has done something that every 10, 15 years a guy will do in a sport. And it'll happen in other sports. Only maybe 20, 25 years, where we have a handful of guys who have done this. Kerry, I think you'll feel me. Patrick Mahomes is in rare air. Patrick Mahomes is in the, as of recent NBA-wise, LeBron. Tiger Woods with golf. Serena Williams with tennis. Tom Brady playing the same position in the same league in the NFL. And what that is at a certain point, they had so much winning, and they did it early, or at least in a certain span of years, and they dominated. And so they had the numbers, they had the wins, and they did it in a unique style that was different, that all of a sudden in your psyche, well, they're just going to win. And there was a period in time where LeBron was just that guy. He's going to win MVP. If I said, hey, who's going to win this series, you say, I got to go with LeBron. And he might lose, and just like Patrick Mahomes has lost in Super Bowls, but you're like, I'm going with that guy. Even when Tiger Woods started to get banged up a little bit, started to be a little less than he was, if I said, who you putting the money on this U.S. Open, who'd you have?
Right.
Tiger Woods. Who'd you put the money on? Augusta. Serena Williams has a baby, comes back. She's not in her best shape. She's trying to work it out. She has some injuries. If I said, hey, but who you got? Who's winning the Australian Open? Serena Williams. Tom Brady, he's in his 40s. He's trying to figure it out. He's eating avocado ice cream. And if I said, who you got to win, you say Tom Brady. And Patrick Mahomes has gotten to that point. Because I get that year by year, he hasn't been the best player for the last few years.
Right.
Last couple years in particular.
Right.
Season by season, I get the last couple years. You can look at other guys' numbers. They're doing it more dazzling, more beautifully style of football. It's more spectacular to watch. They're blowing people out regularly, routinely, where he was eking by people all the last year.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, it is difficult for me to put any of them in a position where I would pick them over him in a game, in a meaningful game. If it's a playoff game, a Super Bowl game, and he's going up against him, now the other guys are in his division, but let's just say in a playoff game, I can't pick against, or not his division, his conference. I can't pick against him. And that's a credit to the run he had, the run of LeBron had, the run of Brady, the run of a Tiger, where you're like, until I see otherwise routinely, I got to go with the guy that routinely is in the Super Bowl. Win, lose, or draw, routinely there. Routinely 15-2.
Yeah, I mean, and everything you said is correct. It's right.
Well, I feel Meg Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson girlfriend butt coming up in here.
There is a but, right?
Okay.
Because
He winning, by the way. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
100%. No, you good. You good. 100%. Like everything you said is right. But there is a level of the expectations that we have been accustomed to expecting from Patrick Mahomes, the level of play, the things that he does. When he first came to the league, a lot of the stuff he was doing was unorthodox, right? For a guy that was winning.
Yeah.
I think that part of it was cool to see.
The aesthetics of it, you mean?
The aesthetics, the way he played. I mean, obviously, when he first started, he couldn't read defense as well either. He was out there winging it and making play. Yeah, and it was
sandlot football. Yeah,
and it was beautiful to see. So you have seen the evolution of his game from the first year he started to where he is now. Right now, they have caught up to him. Those top 4 that were named.
Mm-hmm.
On any given day, they can be the best quarterback in the league.
I don't disagree.
And that's the point, right? So when you make these lists and you make a concrete number 1, this is the number 1 guy, there's always an asterisk behind it because obviously that's attributed to team success. If he was in Lamar Jackson's position at 4, putting up the numbers that Lamar's putting up, winning the MVPs, and all the things that he's been doing, and not getting the wins, would he still be number 1? And when you think of wins, that's a team thing. It's not just him.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's the head of the snake, and you can make that argument. What you just said, what you just eloquently said, and it can be true. But on the flip side of that, if Lamar's team has let him down, and I'm not saying that's always been the case. Lamar hasn't always played well in big playoff games either. But if the roles were switched, would he be 1 and Patrick Mahomes be 4? I think that's my argument, right? So when you make these lists, especially coming off recent history, the last couple of years, it's been clear that there's been quarterback play better than Patrick Mahomes.
100%.
So why can you concretely say that he's number 1? And that's always my tip with those rankings.
And I don't think any of these are concrete, which is why I think
but it's a list.
But I think so when you start to poll people and then the way they put the rankings and power, well, this guy got more votes, he got more first play votes, they do all the metrics and the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's concrete. I think he got 60% of the number 1 votes this time around.
60? Okay.
So it wasn't like a blowout where that's why I say it wasn't concrete.
Yeah.
And I do think, if you read through some of their points, that was just what you said. Hey, Joe Burrow, they said he has been the big league. Some of them said that his footwork, his timing, his completion percentage at 70%.
Yeah.
They were saying, he's kind of the guy. Others would say, look at what Josh Allen, he's just a whole different beast, his size, his speed, athleticism. But I think what the common denominator is, Kerry, I will go, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I hear you. Yup. Well, they're lining up this Sunday. Yeah. AFC title game. Who you got?
And that's been proven.
And that's the thing that's why he's the guy. Now, we'll talk later on some more of those lists, and maybe even a little bit further on here. We can, there's more to be dissected, I think, about Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Because I've been saying something about Lamar Jackson for an entire year that I've been doing this Odd Couple, and I know you've been here for days that I've said it, and I know you echo the same sentiments about how great he's been.
Right.
But I do think there's something to why he's on this list. Now, this is the second year in a row that Lamar Jackson has been fourth. So we'll get into that a little bit because I can see why you feel like you want to go off. It's the first segment. You're trying to be nice. And
look at Rob G. No, he already know. Yeah.
All right, well, I just, because, hey, Rob G., Joe Burrow don't exist with Kerry. I ain't heard of JB.
No, he does. He does.
All right.
I love Joe. I love Joe Cool.
You said to Patrick Mahomes. Anyway, Lamar, let me tell you about Lamar. If we flip-flop the flop of the flips.
Yeah, easily.
Why wouldn't Patrick? Because Lamar.
Yeah,
I mean, you are here, and you're the embodiment of you're the embodiment of Rob Parker right now. I feel like he's here right now.
Do you feel that?
That's the only black quarterback he likes. Is Lamar Jackson.
I got some more because we got to go on that list some more, but we'll come back to it.
We're going to get a little bit more into this. But that's my big takeaway is that it's a credit to Patrick Mahomes and the success he had. You just talked about it, the style he played, the flair, the hair, the winning. And I remember the Super Bowl run they made against the Niners. He was down 10 points in every single game. And all of us went, yeah, they probably going to still win. I don't know. I feel that way about Lamar. I don't know. I feel that way about Josh Allen. Obviously it's a game by game, meaning I have to see it. Are they down 10 early and they got a whole 45 minutes less? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is it? But I'm just saying Patrick Mahomes was the only guy we're like, how much time left? 13 seconds against the Bills, whatever it was.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
He can still win this.
Yes.
And he reminds me of Steph Curry. Steph Curry, last point here, we got a break. Steph Curry is the only shot. This is when I get into arguments with Rob.
No, I know this.
Because he's never made a game. Okay, he's not made one game winner that you like.
Yeah.
but he's made every other shot I've ever seen. He's the first person that's going up to get a drink, going up to get some chips and guac real quick with 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left on the clock, 2 seconds left on the clock, and he's got to go to full length of the court. He's the only person in the history of the NBA I pause and go, hold on. He's shooting from that free throw line all the way over there, and you stop, Kerry Rhodes, don't you? Hold on.
There's a chance.
There's a chance that thing might go in. Right. Steph Curry is the only player, and Patrick Mahomes has a little bit of that where you're like, hold on, he's down. What is it? Okay, let me see. Even in the Super Bowl, you're like, all right, if they get a stop here, there might be something to this. Lamar Jackson, second time on this list of top quarterbacks, that they've done.
Yep.
70 execs, anonymous execs, GMs, as well as scouts. Fourth, you all right with that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm all right with it because I'm sure that list it would be if it was the top player in the NFL, it'll be Lamar Jackson. Quarterbacking is a different skill set, and so I can see why people have their, have their thoughts on the top four, right? The top four, in my mind, really is interchangeable. But when you talk about Lamar Jackson and the stuff that he does as a quarterback and as a player, you want to see improvement every year. The guy improves every year. And I think that's the thing where I have, my reservations with the list, right, K-Dub? It's like, all right, yes, we know Patrick Mahomes in the run when they were winning Super Bowls, and he just went last year.
He did.
But winning them. Like, you can look at that guy on the field, not just only the best quarterback, but the best player in the league when he was doing that. Now, he's almost plateaued right now. Until I see something different, that's where I'm at right now. It's like, okay, you come out and you hit somebody with your fastest serve, your fastest pitch right out the gate. And people are like, wow, we're astonished. Like, I can see that this dude's different. What's his changeup? What's his second pitch? And I think that's what we got to see from Patrick Mahomes right now. Because the second pitch last year, it wasn't that great. It was all right.
Oh, no.
But when you look at Lamar's second pitch, at first he was just a running quarterback, right? This is what people said, which he never really was. But this is what's the thing. What has he done? He's came out and showed them that, no, I can slow down and stop running, and I can improve in the pocket. I can make all the throws on the outside. Dude. What else do you want from me? When you look at that guy last year, he was the best quarterback in the league last year.
I've said it a minute. This is why when we were getting ready to break, I said I've screamed he's the best player in the NFL. If you're asking me just simply who's the best player, who going into this year do I expect to get 12 wins minimum?
Yep.
Put up. Look at these stats, Kerry, that Lamar put up last year. This is coming off the year in which he won the MVP. 3,600 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions the year before.
Yep.
Balling.
Yep.
But he had 4,100, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and that's just the passing.
And he didn't win the MVP that year.
Didn't win the MVP, which I told Rob he wasn't because
course.
Human nature, people are fatigued.
Yes.
Because I think Lamar Jackson is so gifted and naturally talented and works so hard, and his style on a week to week, you can't plan for it. Now in a game, you might on a playoff, right? Where we got everything all in his baskets in this one game. On a game to game, Sunday to Sunday, might be Thursday, might be a Monday. You can't stop that. And, by the way, he's got a massive dude behind him getting ready to run the football down your throat.
It's ridiculous.
So that's just too much. And, by the way, everybody's like, oh, Derrick Henry's going to take some of those stats away from him. No, he only got better. And so Lamar Jackson's the best football player to me right now.
Yes.
Which sounds crazy that then the best quarterback, I agree, is Patrick Mahomes because quarterbacks are judged by wins.
It's a little different.
It's just the facts.
A little different, yep.
And if right now I said Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes are going in an AFC title game, now we'd have to see the season, who's got the better this, who's injured, but just off rip, off my head, right, and off the top of my head, I'm taking Patrick Mahomes.
And the crazy part, I don't disagree with you because that's what we've seen.
Yep.
Until we see different, we got to go with that.
And that's the luxury he has. And by the way, one last stat for Patrick Mahomes, which is I think the key part. I should have led with this earlier. Patrick Mahomes has led all quarterbacks when it comes to third down completions. His QBR is at a 90, and his percentage of first downs is 53%, which means, again, what drives Rob Parker crazy, what's made him go grayer this year, is that Patrick Mahomes would make the winning play.
Yeah, for sure.
Might have threw 2 interceptions, might have had an ugly game, only had $150 passing yards, but all of a sudden they find themselves only up 4, and they need this first down to ice the clock out, or else they got to punt it.
He's going to get it.
He's going to get it. Mm-hmm. And that's, to me, why most people in this poll, 60%, put him as number 1. Not that he's the best right now, the most dynamic, but just simply playing the quarterback position, needing to win,
Right.
needing to make a play. He's the guy.